So with this, now what we will do is, first of all, we will talk about what is the type of data that you can store in Excel, right? That's how we will start the things with. So what I'll do is, let's make a small data, everyone over here. Okay. So suppose I want to capture the ID, name, age, and let's say ID name. Let's call it as, say, suppose age, date of joining, and I want to store, say, suppose salary. So I want to store the data of the employees. So I request you all, please, you can also make this up with me parallelly. Okay. So I'm saying ID is 1, 2, 3. Say suppose the name is Sam, John, Leo. Age is given to us. I'm saying date of joining is this person joined. See, when you enter the dates, please enter the date in the same format what you have on your system. So basically, Excel follows the same pattern or in terms of date, what you have by default on your system. So in my case, it is DDMMYY. So I will put in the same format. So suppose he joined on 25th June 2020, right? So you can put some random dates over here. Just make this data once. No, no. So I'm waiting, Rishi. So if you all have made this data in your Excel, yep. So have you all made this data? Amuni, Jishi, have you made this data? Okay. See, what we'll do over here is, now this is the data that we have, right? So see, first of all, I'll also tell you some shortcuts as well. Like for example, if I'm selecting this cell, right? Suppose if I'm on this cell, if you press Control right arrow, see, it will take you to the last cell till the data on the right side, right? Control right arrow, and if you say Control left arrow, it will bring over here. Control down arrow, Control up arrow, right? That's how it will work. right? If you press Control Shift right arrow, see it will also select the data till that point. Okay. So when you're pressing Control right arrow, it is only making the cells jump. And when you say Control Shift right arrow, it will also select the data for you. Now, for example, in the headers, let me add some color. Let me make it bold, center aligned, right? So this is what I have done over here. Okay. So you can do some formatting on the cells, right? Like from these options. Now, see if you all take a look on this data. Do you all have any observation over here on this data, everyone? This data that I have stored over here right now. All right. So any observation, everyone? So if you will see over here, in Excel, basically we have two types of data. Excel has two kinds of data: numeric, character. If you will see, when I'm entering character data, that is always left aligned. And when I'm talking about numeric data, that is right aligned. Okay. So if you will see, numeric data is right aligned and character data is left aligned. Now, what about dates? Right? If you all will see, dates are also something which are right aligned. So basically what happens is dates are also stored as numbers. Okay. Dates are also stored as numbers. Now, when I say what do I mean by numbers over here? See, what happened is oldest date that we can store in Excel is 1st Jan 1900. See, this is the oldest date that we can store in Excel. We cannot store the dates before this. I mean, you can store the dates, but Excel will not consider them as the dates. Like, for example, if I store the date as 1st Jan 1800, see, you will notice something. This is coming right aligned and this is coming left aligned. So this is a date for Excel, but this is not a date for Excel. All right. So above is a date. This is not a date. Now, when I'm saying 1st Jan 1900, see what happens in that case is 1st Jan 1900. This is basically stored as number 1. Then 2nd Jan 1900. This is stored as number 2. And these dates are being stored consecutively like those, like the date 31st Jan 1900 is stored as number 3, and 1st Feb 1900 is stored as number, sorry, not 3, this is 31, will be stored as number 32, 31st, right? So this is the backend number. And if you want to see that up, if you select the dates and you come over here, see, it is basically showing you that these data points are numbers. If you click on this, I can change it to over here into the form of number. So you get the same number now. Just give me 1 second. Arey, okay, right? And if you suppose you select the numbers and you change it to date over here, see, you will get the same dates. Please try this up once. Now, see, similarly, when you store today's date, see, I'll tell you a shortcut for that. If you press Control semicolon, right? Control semicolon. That's a shortcut to put today's date. Just put that up, everyone. Sure, I'll do that. So that is this. Control semicolon. This is for current date. So if you will see this now, if you click on this date right now, and if I say change it to a number, so you will get a number like this, 45,297, right? All right. Now, see, similarly, if you talked about dates right now, which we are storing it as number, what about time? Okay. See, again, I'll tell you a shortcut over here. If you will press Control Shift semicolon, that will give you the current time. See, just try that. Control Shift semicolon. Okay. You know, time is also something which is stored as a number, but there's a decimal part. Okay. So what Excel does is all the 24 hours are stored between 0 and 1. Okay. So basically what Excel has done, it has distributed all the 24 hours in a day between 0 to 1. No, because it will work in every laptop. So this is something with see in the Mac, you actually have to work with the command button over there instead of control. Huh. So some of the shortcuts might get changed, if you go from Excel or from Windows to Mac. But control and command will do the same functionality. See, like I was saying, so we all the 24-hour time as 12 p.m. See, 12 p.m. is like half of the day, right? So that's why if you will see, if you will convert this into a number, you will get the number as 0.5. Right? You will get the number as 0.5. Because half of the day and the half of 0 to 1 is 0.5. Suppose if the time is, I'm saying 6 p.m., right? It's like 3/4 of the day. It will come as 0.75. Let's try this. Yep. Getting it, everyone? Now, see, on top of this, if you want to put both date and time together, if you put control semicolon, space, control shift semicolon. So you will get complete date and the time will be stored over here. Okay, both date and time will be saved over here in this. Sure. So that is this. If you press control semicolon, space, control shift semicolon. So basically we are using both the shortcuts, this also and this also. So Edwin, right now I've not shared any practice files. This was a small data that we made just by typing it up. So I'll start sharing the files in just a while. Great. So I hope this concept is clear to all of you of date and time. Okay, perfect. See, now what we will do is this data that we created, right? This data that we created by small typing up the data. So please do one thing, just apply the borders around them. Please apply the borders around them. This is where you see the option of borders. Okay. Now see over here, if you just right click on the date of joining, right click, you will find one option of new comment. Just type a comment over here, probably like, uh, this is first day at office. Okay. So you can write some comment over here. Yep. See, now what we do is, see, now this is where we will learn once we've made this data. And see, over here, now what we will do is, let please add a column of bonus. Right? We will calculate the bonus also. So when you have some data, see, although I'm giving you a very small explanation of that, but this is something where we will be spending the most of the time also in the Excel. See, if I have to calculate the bonus, so if you say equal to, I am saying 10% is the bonus. So if you say 10% multiplied by this cell, that will calculate the bonus for you. Just calculate that bonus, everyone. And now, if you press this, if you select these cells down and press Control D. See, Control D is the shortcut to copy down, right? The shortcut to copy down. Okay. Now see, and also let's apply the borders over here as well. Now see what happened is if you now see on this data, maybe from a beginner's point of view, we might see okay, we see some values over here. But technically, in this set of data, we have a lot of things. See, we have values, we have formulas, we have formatting, we have comments. So there are a lot of things over here in this data that we have created. Now, suppose if you select this data, see shortcut is Control Shift right arrow down arrow. If you say Control C and you say Control V. Okay. See what will happen is Excel will copy and paste all the things that are mentioned over here to this place over here. Okay, that's what Excel will do.